Example 2, a conical drum. The word conical means in the shape of a cone. So a conical drum 4 feet high has a radius of 3 feet. Find the capacity of the drum in gallons. Let's just pretend it looks like an ice cream cone. So let's put it like so. If it's holding stuff, I would imagine it's shaped like that as opposed to the other way where gravity would make it all fall down, right? So if we poured liquid into this, it would hold the liquid, right? So 4 feet high. Anytime they talk about high, like so many feet high, it's talking about the altitude. So when it says 4 feet high, they're telling us that the distance from the center of the circle to the tip of the cone is 4 feet. Has a radius of 3 feet. Now they're not asking for lateral surface area or total surface area. It says find the capacity. Capacity is another way of saying volume. So when they see the capacity, they're talking about volume. If you didn't know that from the word capacity, the fact they want the answer in gallons, gallons is a unit of volume. So they're giving you several clues as to we're trying to find the volume of this thing. If they did ask for either lateral surface area or total surface area, again, slant height is necessary for either one of those two measurements. There is no slant height necessary for this one. They didn't give us the slant height on this one, so just because sometimes you'll need to do this, let me just pretend that it did ask for one of those things. If I want the slant height, let's just call that S for slant height. This is a right angle where the height and the radius meet. All right, so 3 squared plus 4 squared equals slant height squared. The slant height is always going to be the hypotenuse. So it's radius squared plus height squared equals slant height squared. That's the relationship between those two measures. So this is going to be 9 plus 16 equals S squared. So 25 equals S squared. So S would equal 5 feet. The square root of 25 is 5. So we have the capacity, the ability to find the slant height if we need it. Again, for this particular problem, we do not need it. But in some of the homework problems, they may not give you one of the dimensions. There's the relationship that always happens to find the missing dimension. All right, with that in mind, it does ask for volume, and I can very clearly see that the radius of this thing is 3 feet. Radius squared then would be 9 feet squared, right? Square R, square 3, square feet. And height of this thing is 4 feet. So the volume formula, which is right here, requires us to use R squared and H in it. So again, if I've already evaluated R squared over here, I don't have to put any powers in my formula. It makes it a little bit simpler to evaluate. So volume is going to equal 1/3 pi R squared, H is my formula, which is 1/3 pi times 9 times 4. So I'm going to replace R squared with 9, replace H with 4 in the formula. Everything's being multiplied. Once again, I'm in a scenario here where my calculator can calculate all that for me. All the multiplication divided by 3. So it's 1 times pi times 9 times 4 divided by 3 equals, that comes out to 37.6991184. And the unit of volume is going to be cubic feet. .48 cubic feet in a gallon? Yes?
I got 3 ones in my decimal.
You got what?
3 ones, not 2.
Yeah, I got 3 ones.
Yep. I left one of the ones off. Thank you, Eric. All right, so that is cubic feet, and is it 7.48 cubic feet in a gallon?
Yeah.
So 1 gallon equals 7.48 cubic feet. So there's our relationship between feet cubed and gallons. We are currently in cubic feet. It asks for the answer in gallons. So I'm going to put this over 1, and my fact is 7.48 cubic feet is equal to 1 gallon. The unit of cubic feet on top matches the unit of cubic feet on bottom, so no modifications necessary to the facts. This cancels this. To get my answer, I'm going to divide 37.6991184 by 7.48. So 37.6991184 divided by 7.48. rate equals 5.04 gallons. Again, didn't specify any rounding there, so I went to a couple decimal places for it. What? 5.039. So since the next number after the 3 is a 9, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we go up. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, we stay the same. So 5.039 would go 5.04. All right? And again, that's all they asked me for was capacity. That's the answer. Nothing else necessary. If they did ask me for lateral or total surface area, I would be able to find out which one the appropriate formulas there. Now that we know that S equals 5 feet.